What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's doing excellent on this very cold Monday in New Jersey. Coach Saleh met the media today, and there's some very interesting things. But the first thing I don't understand, in this day and age, with the NFL is $1 billion industry, how do you have press conferences where you can't hear the reporters' questions? I mean, the setup is just, it was so half-assed. I'll never understand how this could happen with this technology and everything else. But anyway, Coach Saleh talked about a lot of different things, a lot of players, all the free agent signings. One of the biggest news is that Tomlinson is actually going to play left guard, and they're going to move AVT to right guard. So for me, in the perfect world, you hope Becton comes back, wins the left tackle spot, and then you have Tomlinson playing next to him like a Pro Bowl tenacious veteran leader, kind of guiding Becton through the trials and tribulations of a young player. But we'll see what happens there. Saleh feels quite confident that AVT is athletic enough and young enough and flexible enough that he can play right guard with no problem. So that's an interesting statement there. Another note on Becton, they asked him about will he be ready for OTAs, and they're saying they hope so. And the whole Becton injury situation remains mind-boggling, where the Jets continuously try to downplay it, and then it just never seems to pan out where he's not where they always say he is. So hopefully Becton comes back, a man on a mission. You see him on social media working out like crazy. You hope he has an enormous chip on his shoulder. He comes back and just wants to dominate, wins the left tackle spot, and goes to a Pro Bowl level. But, hopefully he's back for OTAs. He gets back in the rhythm so the Jets can get their starting offensive line all together and they can work together the entire offseason. Obviously, he talked about Carl Lawson, who, if you follow Carl Lawson on any social media, he's a workout warrior. They hope that he's back for training camp, ready to go. If there's one thing about Carl Lawson's injury, if there's a positive, it happened so early that he has a lot more time to recover. So that's a good thing. Saleh talked about, all the guys that they signed come from a winning culture, a winning attitude. And that's going to go a long way in terms of changing the culture of the team. They're all leaders. They're all tenacious competitors. He talked about that with Reed and Whitehead, with the young secondary. So really, really encouraging things there. Also, he talked a lot about how guys, once they get their first big paydays, they kind of slack off the following year. Then reality smacks them in the face, and they come back year 3 and they play really well. So you have guys like that could apply to Denzel Mims. Could apply to Becton, could apply to a couple players where they're expecting a lot of these guys to have a lot of lessons learned last year and come back playing, in great shape, know the playbook, and play at a high level. And then if not, they're probably not going to be here. Last year was a redshirt year for the coaching staff, but also for the players in terms of trying to find their way, what's a fit, what's not a fit, what's the best way to play football, and, for this team and these schemes. And now it's like the next year, like a lot of excuses are going to go away. So interesting thing there. Coach Saleh talked a lot about Zach Wilson playing faster, where it's less thinking, just more. He knows the playbook. He knows what's going on. He knows the routes. But now it's more of just, taking his game to the next level. So year 1, you learn. Year 2, you grow a little bit more. Then year 3, you take off. So interesting comments there as well. I'm trying to think what else. I'm trying to rush here. I go to the gym in like 10 minutes. But overall, very encouraging. A lot of positive things. They said they're not done now. They understand that they're a young rebuilding team, so they're not always going to get the headline player or the marquee player. They have to earn that right as they go along. As they improve, they'll get more. They'll get better assets. But he kept emphasizing that they have a lot of draft resources to get elite talent. They have a lot of flexibility in the draft, which we all agree with. So it's exciting, man. I think everybody right now is talking about A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf and all these players. I honestly don't think they're available. So I think right now the Jets are going to try and make their splash in the draft, and however they do that. So, you can watch the whole press conference. It's 30 minutes on YouTube. I'm just giving you a quick summary. The one thing that really bothered me was when Woody Johnson spoke, and this is the one thing I hate about Woody Johnson as an owner and his mindset and what he says to the media. So they ask him, is there any playoff mandate? No. Obviously, it's hard to say a playoff mandate when your team just won 4 games and you're obviously very young and you're rebuilding. But then he said, is there any kind of win total? He's like, well, I want to win all my games, but I don't want to give any kind of benchmark because I don't want to add that pressure to the list. Now, here's your answer. We need to win more games. I expect to win more games. You only won 4. So you just say, listen, we need to start winning. We need to start turning the corner. Like, you start holding everybody accountable. Like, you're changing your culture with the players. Change your culture with the owner, too. Like, start saying the right things. Like, last year was truly, nobody cared last year. We all justified losing. We accepted losing because rookie coach, rookie quarterback, rookie coordinator, all these different things. We justified it. We accepted it. Year 2, these excuses have to go away. Like, start saying, listen, we expect to win 7 games this year. We expect to play a lot better on offense and defense. The owner's allowed to say that. The NFL is a business. You got to sell your ticket holders something. You got to sell your fans something. You don't, like, it's not like like, we understand you're young and rebuilding, but we also understand that other teams are young and rebuilding too, and they're making progress. So as an owner, you expect progress, and it's okay to say that. I hate Woody Johnson, and I know if you guys follow me, I always rip on him, but it's comments like today just piss me off. Like, just act like a competent owner that you can say all the cliche things. We obviously want to play for a championship. Say, no, yes, last year was disappointing with all things included. 4 wins is not acceptable here. We understand we're young and growing, but we have to be better. I expect us to be better this year with more wins. There's nothing wrong with that. And nobody thinks Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh is going to get fired this year. We all think they're going to be back for year 3. But at least just, set the tone. Just get everybody in it. It's one thing to have the players and coach saying it. Have the owner say it too. Have everybody buy in. So we'll see. You never know with this team. It's just sometimes in the media, they just don't, especially the ownership, they just don't know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. So have a good day. Talk to you later.